Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Sorry, I'm having doing some stuff real quick. Sorry about that. Let me get out of here. Get out of here. Trying to get the Yankees game up so we can watch the beginning of it. Guess that's good. All right, there we go. All right, got everything going. Happy Wednesday, guys. October 30th, 2024. Here we are again talking about the New York Football Giants. And it makes it hard to do some of these shows because they're almost repetitive. Um, you want to be able to talk about different things, and when the topic of the conversation basically is what did Daniel Jones do wrong, and what does Brian Daboll and what do the Giants need to do better? It's been so many years now, guys. Again, you're almost running out of stuff to talk about. So again, I'm only going to do a half hour tonight. I'm going to try and at least do a half hour every Wednesday. Till we really got something to talk about. I mean, the thing right now to talk about is Malik Neighbors going to be an issue, or is he becoming an issue? Especially considering a couple weeks ago, he's throwing Daniel Jones under the bus, basically saying, "Look at the tape, I'm open." But then you saw this past weekend and weeks, prior. Now, again, he's a rookie, but when you're talking stuff like that, you need to start backing it up. So 2 weeks ago, he's throwing Daniel Jones under the bus, basically saying what we all know, and he's not lying, is that he's open and Daniel's not looking even close to him, which Daniel did again this week. However, when Neighbors gets the chances to do these things, he's kind of screwing it. He's kind of botching it. Um, what's up, Austin? I see you, brother. He's not really doing anything. He's and the problem I have with it is it's always on big plays. It's always on plays we need. It's always on a first down, and you know he just doesn't make it. You're looking at big third down conversions where all he has to do is catch the ball. I mean, I know Daniel Jones isn't the best quarterback, but he does hit these guys pretty well sometimes. And the problem is they're not catching it. I heard a lot of people complaining about Daniel Jones, or I'm sorry, Darius Slayton with the jump catch he had, and then popped out when he got hit. People were saying he should have held on to that ball. He should have held on to that ball. Well, that's part of the Daniel Jones problem. If he didn't throw the ball so damn high, then Slayton wouldn't have had the jump and probably wouldn't have got popped as hard. But Jones can't. I don't want to say he can't because we've seen him put it in the basket. He's not consistent enough. And I know no quarterback is, but Daniel Jones is. There's so few and far between that it becomes a bigger issue than anything. Uh, and again, going back to the Slayton thing, like should he have held on? And it's what I've been saying. I don't want to crap on TP Way because he definitely makes great valid points. But to argue against what he says is yes, I agree with him. These receivers should be catching these balls. But where I don't agree with them is Daniel Jones puts them in a bad position. Like I said, if you're throwing a ball and a guy's running full speed across the field, and you throw the ball and it's behind him and he gets two hands on it and doesn't catch it, is that really his fault? If Daniel Jones would lead some of these guys, there was a play, a beautiful play where Slayton again had to slow down, and it was a big, catch downfield, one of the few. But I truly believe if Daniel Jones was a better thrower, that if he would have led him, Darius Slayton would have been in the end zone. I mean, he's 1-15. Daniel Jones is 1-15 in primetime games. When is it going to stop, guys? When is Daboll finally going to say, "All right, Daniel, we got to put you down"? Like it almost seems now that it almost seems now like Daniel Jones wants to get hurt. I mean, you look at some of these plays where he's running the ball and shouldn't be, where he should be throwing the ball away. Now, on Sneaky's Live the other night, I basically made the point. Sneaky was like, "Well, he throws it downfield and he's going to get a a receiver in the vicinity. He's going to end up getting an intentional grounding." No, he can do what he always does: throw at his receiver's feet. I mean, he should be used to doing that. I mean, you don't want to overthrow the players because then you end up with picks like he did in the last play that we had against the Steelers on a possibly game-winning drive. And again, everybody knows, every defender, every DB knows in the NFL that Daniel Jones locks up on his first progression. And this is at least the third game this year where it's literally caught in a picture. It's literally caught from his perspective, from behind him, that he had Darius Slayton, who had a guy on him, which he threw a crappy pass, which got popped up in the air and got intercepted. When he had Theo Johnson with a lot more green behind him, and all he had to do was lob the ball. He didn't even have to dart it to him. He could have just lobbed the ball. Tossed the egg in the basket kind of catch Johnson would have had. And he had a ton of room in front of him to keep going. But again, he stares down that progression. And 9 out of 10 times, if that progression is Darius Slayton, he's not looking anywhere else unless Darius is locked up. And usually he waits to see if Darius comes out of it, breaks out of it. By then, he's either on the ground, fumbles the ball. It's the same stuff over and over again. Let me bring Daryl in because, again, I'm only going to do about a half hour, guys. And I'll be honest with you. It's because two things. One, we're saying the same stuff over and over again. And two, the Yankees are on. Something to root for. We got to push. This will be the first time a team that's down 3-0 pushes to a game 6. So I want the Yankees to do this. Hopefully, the Yankees didn't blow their load last night by getting all them runs and then put a 0 up on the board today. I hope it's a sign of the bats waking up. I hope it's a sign of, the team is like, come on, man, we can't just sit here and die like this. Let's go out and try to win this. Do I blame the Yankees for putting Derek Cole on the mound tonight? Absolutely not. And if it goes to a game 7, guess who's going to be on the mound again? You got it, Garrett Cole. So hopefully Judge gets some hits. He got a nice base hit last night. In my opinion, at that point in the game, the pitcher sucked. We all saw that. And Judge, it could have been like in football, you get the garbage touchdown. This could have been a garbage hit. But if it boosts Judge's confidence and makes him feel his swing coming back, it's even better for the Yankees. So let me bring Daryl on. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Just sitting here watching the Knicks game right now. How about you?
I'm sitting
Yeah,
here.
they play in Miami.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Yankees. It's just about to start. They're just going through the lineups right now. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
how was your week, man?
it was pretty good. It's pretty good. It's going slow. Going through rehab. It's becoming repetitive. Shoulders getting stronger. Not as soon as I would have liked. I should be back to work today or this week, but I understand the doctor keeping me out a little longer to get more strength in my shoulder because God knows I need it. Because normal days work when I do land surveying, I'm carrying up to 80 pounds on my shoulders. So I definitely need that shoulder back to its full strength.
Oh, yeah, you better take advantage of that then,
Yeah, absolutely. So what are your thoughts? I know you've been here listening to me talk about, again, I'm only going to do a half hour tonight because I'm going to do a half hour every week till something, happens with this team. Because again, it feels like it's been a couple of years now. And every week it's the same thing. Daniel Jones is horrible. The receiver should be catching balls. The defense is letting up too many plays. Even though the defense is playing phenomenal right now, they're still letting up a lot of big plays, which we shouldn't be doing. So what are your thoughts on the whole thing?
Well, defense is a little frustrated because they can't get off the field, and when they do put the offense in position to score points, they don't do it. So I mean, I can't blame it on the defense, and I really can't blame it on Daniel Jones either, too, because the first half he played pretty decent. The boy
Yeah, but
still can't score points, but
that's part of it, though. If we
he
can't
can't
score
score
points,
points.
and that's I want to say that's 80% on the quarterback. So when people go, we can't blame him. How do you not? I mean, you can't blame him for the whole game. We know it's a team sport. But when his main job is to get his team down the field to score, and at the most we're scoring is freaking field goals. I mean,
That's not going to cut it.
No, we almost had a touchdown. It would have been the first one. And I don't even know how many freaking tries, but
yeah, and it got called back. Called back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating.
I will say that the officiating was horrible in that last game, but I'm not going to use it as an excuse because there were a lot of plays that the Giants should have got called for that they didn't. My problem with it is all the calls that not all, but a lot of the calls that the Giants didn't get in their way was kind of frustrating. For instance, the roughing or the running into the kicker that never occurred. It just, I don't know. Like, you have a back judge. His job is to watch the kicker and watch what happens with the kicker. You have 3 other refs on the field watching everything else. Your one job at that moment is to watch the kicker and what happens to him. And the fact that, nothing got called, it's frustrating. It's very frustrating, especially at that time in the game. It reminds me of the Minnesota game last week. That non-face mask call pretty much cost Minnesota the game. Now, I'm not saying they would have drove down the field and scored the game-winning touchdown, but when a non-call prevents you from even trying, that's frustrating, man.
Yeah, who's to say they wouldn't have scored though?
That's what I'm saying. They didn't even get a chance because the referees didn't call a blatant face mask call. Instead, they give the other team, they award the other team with a safety. So I mean,
that's crazy.
So I mean, talk about getting jerked 2 ways. Not only can you not drive down the field, but we just gave the other team 2 points because the refs decided not to see this. That's why I think some plays that aren't caught should be able to be reviewed. But I understand why a lot of times they're not. It's because it would make the game that much longer. Because let's face facts here. When they do challenge plays, I honestly think they're taking way too long. There's no reason. And from what I understand, they show the referees on the sideline with the headphones on, looking at the screen, but the ultimate decision comes from the people in New York. So why don't the people in New York review that while all the guys are getting ready, and the ref doesn't let anything go until that's been reviewed? Because by the time everybody's ready to go, and the ref goes, all right, we got the call. You're not wasting that much time. But, it is what it is. It's the way the NFL rolls today. Like I said, I gave it 10 years, and we'll be watching, the Pro Bowl in real life for regular season games. We'll be watching flag football. And I swear to God, if it gets to that, I will never watch football again. If you catch me watching football, it'll be old videotapes or old DVDs or looking stuff up. I won't watch flag football. I'd rather go out and play instead of watch. It's got to be I don't even watch the Pro Bowl anymore because of it.
No, everything's gone soft.
Everything. Like, I get the players on the field now because I did finally see, I forget who it was, one player wearing the padding on the helmet because it's allowed on in live game now. The padding on the helmet, those I get.
Yeah, the concussion.
Especially for guys that are just coming out of a concussion protocol. I totally understand that. And that's fine. You're protecting, the head of the player. And that I get that. It's not in the way of the game. It's not slowing the pace down. It's not doing any of that stuff that, again, like you said, is softening up the game. So, but yeah, what kills me is, and because I'm a hockey fan, this is why I can say this. I don't understand where in hockey, guys can literally beat the hell out of each other, get a 2 to 5 minute penalty, and they're right back out on the ice. But you can't hit a guy above the, I mean, I don't.
Different owners, though, different owners.
You only got this much room now to tackle somebody, specifically a quarterback. Because if you go for the legs, you get called for a chop or targeting or whatever the hell they're doing with calling it now. There's so many freaking things they're doing now. You got the tuck rule with Brady, and it's just it's everything in NFL is getting out of hand right now, and it's ridiculous. Quite frankly, I'm tired of like seeing it. And then to worry about our team being as bad as they are with all these improvements, it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
Well, some of the things that would knock down on the miscues is a better quarterback. I mean, it would knock down on some of the miscues that we have on offense.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I saw
I
something
ain't
the other
gonna,
day. I saw something the other
he's
day.
just not it, though.
Oh,
He's
no,
just not it, man.
no. And again, it sucks. The way people get down on him, it's sad. It's his fault for not learning, but it's not his fault that the coaches are keeping him in the game. I don't understand that. I understand
They
you're
don't want to
trying to
lose.
get.
I don't think he wants to lose his job, man.
Well,
That
I don't even think it's that. I don't think he wants to lose the money because he has to play past a certain week. Once he gets past that certain week, as long as he doesn't get hurt, the Giants can bench him. It protects them. But
well,
if they
maybe we're not there yet.
yeah, I don't. I got to find out what week it was. I want to say,
Maybe we're not there yet. But
yeah,
this Daniel Jones thing, it has to go away. It has to go quickly.
yeah,
I'd rather play. Listen, they either need to go out in the free agency and get them a
mhm,
quarterback, or start Danny DeVito. Either
yeah,
one, whatever.
yeah,
And they need to get a quarterback and get one through the draft and develop him
right. You
and,
know who I
and just
want to
move
see?
on from there.
Adriana, New York Giants fangirl. She brought up a good point on TikTok last night, which was, and it sounds like a really good idea. So let's say they let Daniel Jones go, and they're looking for a veteran quarterback to basically be the bridge. I wouldn't mind seeing them bring in a Joe Flacco because Joe Flacco's smart. His body kind of caught up with him, and he still does good when he plays. I wouldn't mind the Giants bringing him in for a year, coaching up whoever, helping out whoever the Giants draft or bring in, and then taking it from
Right.
there. I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. What's funny to me is a lot of fans see these quarterbacks get benched that literally just came out of the draft, 2-3 years ago, like Anthony Richardson, for example, and right away, oh, the Giants should try and trade for him. Now, if I don't believe that the Colts benched him because they're done with him. I believe they benched him because of his
For what
play.
he said.
And again, he'll be fine. He's just got to get those plays. And the fact that he had some plays, didn't do that well, he sees it now. Now he's got to go work on it. Where, again, and it's sad because we look at Daniel Jones, and I'm going to be honest with you. When he came out his rookie year, I'm like, all right, we got something. I didn't expect much, but we got something. His second year, he looked okay. Wasn't great. Second year, you kind of got to give him that chance. And again, I did give him the excuses of coaches and GMs and this and that and a third. And, I did give him that. But now it's so hard to do that because it's year 6, man. I don't know how many times.
Ooh. Aaron Judge just homered. Aaron Judge just homered the center field.
Did he?
Yeah.
And they had what's his name? I haven't seen it yet. Hold on. Let me turn this up.
No, he homered the right field. Sorry.
And he's got one on. There it is. You're ahead of me by 30 seconds. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Let's
so it's
go.
2-0 right now then.
Yeah, I just saw the home run. The home run just happened on my end. All right, let's go, boys. Let's go. I would love to see the Yankees freaking win 4 straight.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, you can continue to speak to Anthony,
Yeah.
I can back out and let you finish. You only got 10 minutes.
I know, right?
You only got
Right,
10
bro.
minutes.
I appreciate
I
you, man.
appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man, more than you know, brother. I'll
Nah,
talk to
man.
you
It's
next
all right,
week, man.
brother Ed.
Absolutely. I'll talk to you next week.
All right, brother. We'll see you next week.
All right, man. Talk to you soon. Thanks.
Later.
Gotta love Daryl, man, and all you guys that come in. Donovan's in here. What's up, brother? How you been? Austin has supported me a couple years now, Austin, right? At least. I mean, I'm at Austin through Sneaky G-Man show. But, it's guys like these that help me out and make me want to do this stuff. And again, I don't want to sound like a bitch, but you can only put in so many hours. Like I can do hour shows, but I need more to go with. And with with physical therapy, I'm not trying to make any excuses. With physical therapy and stuff going on at home, it makes it hard. So that's why I at least try and get in here for a half hour, because I know there are a few of you, very few, that appreciate my opinion and appreciate me, doing this stuff. And believe me, I appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. I'd like to get my fan base up there as high as Sneaky's, and you guys know I hate that word. Holy crap, Jazz Chisholm, 3-0 Yankees. I think the bats have woken up, boys. I think Austin, I did see it, and Jazz Chisholm just hit a home run too. So it's 3-0 Yankees right now. So they're getting on these guys early. That's what we got to do. Guys, I'm going to end the show with that. I appreciate everybody that came in tonight. I know I said a half hour, but I'm running out of things to talk about. And I know you don't want to sit here and watch me watch the Yankees game. Or do you? I don't know. All right, guys, man. It's good seeing everybody in here. Austin, I know you wouldn't care. Next week, we'll do this again. Hopefully, we'll have something positive to talk about. But we'll see what goes on, guys. I appreciate you all. Have a good night. Love you guys. Peace. Try and get out of this the right way.